Kinfo. Oh, let me see what they talking about. Let me see what it's talking about. Pull up a chair, come over here to the round table where we break it all down. Say why. We about to break bread right now. Now, I'm reminded as I begin on this journey to go get my exercise in or whatnot. Um, as I get up today, I wasn't quite, as much as an early bird as I would like to be, or much as an early bird as I'm working towards being, right? So, my spirit wanted me to be like, you know what, we're not gonna do it because it's not as early as I did it yesterday. Appreciate you coming in, Ray. But I recognize, you know what, in order to get to that point of consistency that I'm seeking to be at, I gotta continuously go at it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta continuously give of myself, so to speak, you feel me? And quite frankly, how you doing? I'ma make the effort to go on and do so. And I'm not gonna allow for the spirit of doubt or the spirit of discouragement to cause me to miss out on the blessing that's available to me as well, you feel me? Just seeking to put myself out here, you know what I'm saying? That's just how life works. You put yourself out here, you gonna get what's meant for you, no matter how long it take. What's for you is for you, you know what I'm saying? Name a car for edit. First car came to mind is Monte Carlo. But be that as it may, yeah, I'm gonna do battles. Give me a minute to do this, and restart and get right back to the battles type thing. If y'all could tap that screen, share it live. As y'all see when you come in, the conversation is gonna be about the way in which you give, you shall receive. You know what I mean? The way in which you give, you shall receive. If you give in a manner as though, you know what, I'm scared to even, approach giving because I feel like, I don't have nothing to give. You feel me? You never will. You never will have anything to give. You know what I'm saying? Because the manner in which you are giving, whether that's not giving a damn or giving a darn, you feel me? This same manner would be returned to you, meaning this same mood of giving, the same ways you feel, again, about giving, that's just how it works. You know what I mean? So it's important to recognize when we have these different opportunities to give, you know what I'm saying, that there are opportunities. I can't tell you how many times people done looked at me sideways when they asking me for something and I say, hold on, I got you. You feel me? And once I give it to them, they like, thank you. And I'm like, shoot, thank you. You know what I mean? Because the mere fact that they asked me for something allowed for me the opportunity to change the way in which I give. So I recognize, shoot, they did me a favor as well. As sure as I felt like, I'm doing a favor for them, they did me a favor. What's up, Lefty? And another thing is we got to get to a point that we are strategists in the ways in which we give. Meaning we move in such a way that it don't normally fit the normal mode, but at the same time, we continue to go with what we know is right. Knowing that the rate in which I give, I shall receive. The energy in which I give, I shall receive. You feel me? So if you giving as though you're doubtful. You know what I'm saying? You're doubtful of the outcome, doubtful of how your giving even matters to the scheme of things. Life will give to you in that same reluctancy. You know what I'm saying? They might seem like, you know, dang, it's taking a minute. I don't know if it's really gonna pay off like I thought it would, you know. That same reluctancy in which you gave, that same doubtfulness in which you gave, it would seem as though, you know, that's how life coming at you. And I say you know because even the things that I'm saying, a lot of times I don't readily understand the root of how I know these things. But through me walking in a state of faith, because of my belief, it is revealed to me. Because I believe that things are going to work out how they should, they tend to. So the energy in which you put forth will determine what you bring forth. You feel me? Shout out to all the beautiful souls coming in. I will that this information that you receive in supports you. And in turn, you feel the need to support the platform. Because we are creating a platform that would be beneficial towards those who see the situations of their family and say, you know what, I'm going to be the one that's going to step out and make a difference. I'm going to be the one that's going to, you know what I'm saying? I know we all got that feeling within us like, man, I want to do something that's going to change my mama's life, change the trajectory of my children. And if you haven't got to that point, I will that at some point in your life you live in a way or live long enough that somewhere along the way it hits you the capability, the accountability that you might need to take in order for you to make it for your family, for yourself, and recognize that everything that we do, what's up with it, Kiki? How you feeling, love? Everything that we do has an effect on everyone else. You know what I mean? We are all connected. We are all connected. All right, so we're going to get back on course, you feel me? Go back to the plug, because we about to plug you into something. Plug you into the fact that the energy, thank you, love, for being in here. The energy in which you give, that's how you will receive. So if you give as though I doubt that this is going to come back to me, life has a way of showing you that same reflection. And to keep it simple, you feel me? Keep it simple. The reason why it appears that way is because the way that you think creates the perception. You know what I'm saying? That's your perception, the way that you think. Or let me go back. The way that you think is your perspective. And the energy or the attitude in which you develop based on the way that you think becomes your perception. You put the two together, it becomes your lens of life. You know what I mean? What's up, VG? It becomes your lens of life. To the point, even if life is given, you know what I'm saying? Even if life is given in a state of abundance, you would still look at it from a state of lack. Because that's what you giving off. That's what you projecting out. That's what you feel life is all about. I'm just saying, when you give in a state of doubt, you give as though, hey, you know what? I ain't gonna give nothing because I don't feel like I have anything to give. Even that you gotta change. You gotta change if you ever gonna be one with change like we was talking yesterday. You know, the ways of change, we gotta break that down again. The ways of change, to me, from what I can understand right now, you feel me, exist in three folds or three forms. You know, these three forms come by way of those that are subjected to the change. You know what I'm saying? Those that eventually just have to work around the changes that they're affected by. And it's reflected in, this is what they think, you feel me? They just feel like, they just think that I'm stuck in the ways of change. And they feel like, dang, it seems like I can't get a break. That's one level of it, you feel me? Then you got those that recognize the changes that are taking place, and they begin to grab hold of the trend as to take advantage of what's happening, right? You got those that know the ways of change, so much so that they execute things within themselves, thought processes that change their mood to the point that when they become patient enough to allow for the changes to take place in their life, they become one with the ways of change. And it seems as though these people are the creators. Look at that wind. That wind let me know something. We gonna keep on going. They become the creators of change. So again, if you giving as though you feel like you have nothing to give, I would say that you at that phase where you just subject to the things that are changing all around you, even your situation. See, you got people that wind up getting blessed beyond measure, but yet they still have this measurement in their head. You done seen it? Or where somebody that you feel like has everything, but they still walk around and carry themselves as though they have nothing, and you like, man, they got everything I ever wanted. And all the while they carry themselves as though it's nothing. If you would, family, please tap that screen, share the live, seek the support in the way that you know that you can support. And even that, I will that changes at some point. I will that you feel like at some point you got everything to offer and everything to gain by way of the energy that you put out. That's what this conversation is all about. Can't tell you the times that I get up in the morning and I feel like, man, like this morning, I feel like I ain't had no message for y'all. You feel me? I felt like I ain't have no message for myself to begin with. You feel me? These conversations that I bring come by way of the understandings that I develop within myself. And majority of the time, these things are in real time. These things are in real time or already embedded in me. And rather than me feel like I have nothing to offer, I walk as though, you feel me, it's gonna come to me. And based on how I give my energy to life, based on my thoughts, you know, because that's where a lot of times it started at, or it goes in reverse, you know. Sometimes you don't even know where the thought came from, so it comes from a feeling. See, a lot of us is operating on how we feeling at the moment, and not recognizing we have the power to change how we feeling by intentionally changing our thought process. Remember, we spoke about, you know, for my family that be on YouTube, and for my family that's gonna watch this on YouTube, make sure y'all hit that like button, share, drop a comment, spam them comments. Tell me what's on your mind. I don't care if you gotta write a paragraph and break it down, an essay and break it down paragraph for paragraph. You feel me? Put your 5-point thesis, you know what I'm saying, in the matter of 5 comments. But recognize the manner in which you thinking today. What's up with it, Bella? The manner in which you thinking from today. These things can be changed by your intentional efforts as the mind works as though, you feel me? Let me get this out because it's heating up early, you hear me? The mind works in 3 ways. Again, the same way we talking about with the ways of change. You paying attention to these 3s, y'all? Paying attention to the synchronicity that life keeps giving us to work with. Not to be manipulated by, not to be subject to, but to work with. Because when you understand the ways of change, you can make this thing work in your favor. The mind works as though it loops experiences. That's one way. It absorbs experiences or information, however you want to say it, right? And then in the middle, you got the ability to reason through all of this. The ability to reason through all this. So when you think about how life is working for you, you can begin to recognize, like, hold on, things ain't just happening to me. They happening for me and through me. Hold on, y'all. We got people at the door.
Here
Let
go
them
here
know
go
what
my
we
Oh,
up
motherfucking
to.
partner. Here go
All
my
right,
partner right
family.
here. What's
you
up, bro?
don't?
We talking to the people, but y'all can mute me. I'll definitely run some games with y'all while I'm doing it though.
Oh yeah, bet. I had the music going in the
Let
place.
me go ahead and bust him across the head. Come on,
Do
Floyd.
your thing, Tay. Let me go there. But like I said, y'all, or y'all can listen. It's up to y'all. But the ways of change, again, within our mind frames, start by way of, hey, A, the mind constantly loops information and experiences. It absorbs, that's two. It absorbs information and experiences, and you have the ability to reason within all of that. So it's like you still not stuck. You still not stuck. You still got the opportunity to see what's up and continue to go up. So again, in the ways in which you decide to give, it determines how life gives to you. And the best way I could put it is the way it was put to me. Shit, what you put out here, you gonna get back. How you think is how it is. At least until you decide to make that change within yourself. If you doubt that you have anything to give, you're gonna always see it as though you don't have nothing to give. But I'm just crazy enough to believe that we all have something to give. If you dial back or you dial in within yourself and recognize the greatness that is you, that nobody can give in the way that you can do. Nobody has the shared experiences that only you have because nobody's with you 24/7 but you. Meaning nobody develops the perspectives, thought processes by way of the things that we uniquely experience. So if you give from that manner, well, it'll make the world a difference for all the lives that you come in contact with, for all of us. Each one of us has a solution within us that if we pass away with it, the world will take a major loss. And I recognize that when I was younger, a lot of people that passed away were people that were older. When I was, super young, that's all I seen at first was older people passing away. And they would stay at the homegoing celebrations like, man, if y'all didn't take the time to dial into the wisdom that this person had or developed, you know what I'm saying? This person went into the ground with a lot of information that we gonna need. And I took that thing a step further because I learned from everybody and anybody I could. I would take heed to the information from the babies, the people that are in adverse situations, that the world wrote off. Appreciate that love, family, that the world wrote off. I would say, you know what? Okay, gold mines for the gold mine. That's what they call me, love. So I appreciate you tapping into your energy and recognizing what you could bring forth. But like I said, I was able to learn from even the people that the world wrote off. Appreciate you, Dasha, being in here. That the world wrote off. You know what I'm saying? Even the women that people said, man, she ain't nothing. Look at her. She got multiple kids. She did this, she did that. But they didn't know my mama. You feel me? They didn't know my mama. And why I say they ain't know my mama, these same ways in which people pass judgment on other women, these same things could have been applied to the love of my life, my mother at the time, you feel me? And I was like, man, you don't know the wisdom that she imparted upon me. So the fact that I wasn't readily putting myself in a state of judgment, I was able to, thank you, Bella, for the investment as I seek to invest in you. I was able to decipher the information that I was given from everybody. See, some people get so caught up in what's popular right now, meaning they only acknowledge y'all when y'all give gifts that are, beyond the normal measure of a rose. You know what I mean? I only say a rose because, that's probably like one of the so-called, looked at one of the, as the least amount of a gift. You know what I'm saying? But when you take the wisdom from the good book and it talk about how who you think will I forgive the most, or who you think sacrifice I will appreciate the most, the one who gives least because that's all they have, or the one who gives, you know, what appears to be a lot, but they have so much more. You know what I'm saying? He said, I appreciate the one who gives from all they have. You feel me? From all they have, because they showing an exercise of faith, knowing that as sure as I give, I'll receive, or it's more important for me to stand on principle, to be able to give what I have, even if it seems like I have nothing else. But when you understand the ways of change, you can recognize, hey, you know what? As sure as I give, it would be exacted back to me. Shout out to the top gifters. Big Top was in the building. Those who commented and shared the live. You feel me? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Kiki, Daisha, Miss Bella. That's who I can see right now. But if it's anybody else, you know, forgive me. Cause I'm just, you know, I'm trying to pour into you, you know, more than I'm getting from you. I'm trying to give you extra, like we used to do when we did what we did in the streets. You feel me? We gonna give you more than you could pay for, more than you asked for. Because what? I recognize the way in which I give, I shall receive. So keep that in mind today, family, as you out here getting the opportunities to give. As I stated earlier, even when people from the street that seem like they have nothing ask me, hey, go, can I get $1 or $2, or can I get your change when you come out the store? I give it to them and tell them, look, I wish I had more to give you. And they say, oh, no, it's okay, thank you. See, I'm speaking from a state of abundance. Like, you know, there's so much more that I could give you. You feel me? Like, if you willing to listen, I got more than money to give you. But they would say, thank you. And I would say, thank you back. Because the fact is, you gave me an opportunity to give. Not to mention, when you come from where we come from, sure, be glad these folks asking you. They could be going upside your head. You know, in the words of the great Tupac, the way this shit go is, with the have-nots, we knock on the door first, and we say, please feed me, I am hungry. I'm paraphrasing, right? We come through creatively singing, please feed me, I am hungry. Singing that thing like we caroling. And here it is, you ignore it. So the next time we come to the door, there's a sense of urgency. Look at that wind. Ooh, wee. Hey, if you can't fight through it, you might not see the point in doing it. So I'm gonna fight through this wind breeze that's coming to cool me off as I'm heating up. So everything has a purpose. But the next time they come to the door, they beating on the door. Hey, we hungry. Feed me, I'm hungry. You ignore them again. So the next time they come to the door, they trying to kick the door in. Hey, we coming in for that. We coming for that. So if you're not paying attention to the ways of change, as much as we want to look at people and say that was a senseless act, that was senseless violence, you ain't paying attention to the ways of change. So therefore, you are affected by the change in adverse ways. You feel me? In adverse ways, to the point you like, dang, why they do that to me? But a lot of times, the reason why you at a state of why they did that to me is because you didn't want to see the way you give, you shall receive. The way you give yourself excuses, you're going to receive them same excuses in the way that you think of life. You're going to keep on thinking life, just keep on blessing everybody else, but excusing you. It's like, darn, if you forget about me, God, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Did you forget about me, ancestors? I'm part of the family tree too. Let me see if I can bring somebody in if y'all don't got nobody. Okay, we rolling out. Y'all have a great day. Have an amazing day. What we doing, big bro? Big bro probably stepped away. Yeah. Everybody pulling off, so I'm gonna go in the highway real quick and we gonna finish this conversation. Again, the ways in which you give yourself excuses, you know what I'm saying, are gonna shape the perspective in which you think and therefore perceive that life is given to you. Ooh-wee. What's up, little baby? Them lady boys out. The season of change is up on us. And again, y'all, we always ask, how do Superman know who to save? I don't know about y'all. When I used to watch, you know what I'm saying, the superhero shows that are symbolic to the so-called Christ figure, we used to be like, how they know who to save? It's because all of us see things. You know what I'm saying? All of us see things. They say many are called, meaning we all see it, but few be that have chosen. I'm gonna fix that up for y'all, because they say few be that are chosen. Few be that have chosen to be the difference, to make the difference in the situations that they see. Few be, I'm gonna use this platform for an example. Few be that come by and they see the light in somebody else and decide, you know what, I'm gonna tap that screen. Few be that come by and say, you know, I see that light in that person, and say, you know what, I'm gonna share that live. I'm gonna offer, as my good brother Gary has before, I'm gonna offer to help amplify that light in the manner in which I know to do. You see what I'm saying? Like, all of us got gifts. And if we lend our energy together, we can amplify the greatness that we seek as well as the greatness that we perceive. I just got something. Let me see how that's going to work out. The greatness that we seek as well as the greatness that we perceive. By the way that we think, it determines what we seeking out here. If we think there's an understanding to be had, you will seek it. If you think there's riches to be had, you will seek it. By the way you perceive things, you will receive them. If you perceive that, hey, you know, I put this work in that I know is effective. You know, when you think about effects, we all are affected. What's up, Casey? We all are affected by something, or we all are affecting something. So when you understand that's part of your reality, you begin to take control of what you do have control over, which is your abilities, which is how you do things. Again, how you how you view things, how you think of things is what you're going to be seeking. How you perceive things is what you're going to be receiving. But I'm crazy enough to know, meaning I'm able to think outside the box long enough to see. So with it, so to see that, you know what, it ain't even limited at that. Life is orchestrated in a state of abundance. They didn't stop making people when they made us. There are people still continuously being brought into this existence. And as we stated earlier, each one of us come into this existence with something that's going to add to this existence. Something that's going to make this existence that much more greater for the fact that we was here. But we all miss out by way of not taking the time to recognize certain people. You feel me? To take the time to learn from what they go through. The reason why it's so important not to judge people, because how can you develop a state of respect or a level of respect for somebody who you sympathizing for? As much as I would like to be like, you know, the people that ask me for such and such, I'm sympathizing with them. That's why I give to them. No. I respect that life. And I respect the intelligence. What's up with it, Enchanted? I respect the emotional intelligence within this person to recognize that, you know what, I'm not going to take my hurt and my confusion for whatever state I might be presented in this life to take it out on somebody else. And so since I can appreciate, I can respect this person's plight, I'm able to take what I have and utilize it to enhance my life. So when we find ourselves in a position to give, recognize this is not because we are so sympathetic for other people. And I need you to recognize that, because the moment that you start passing judgment, this for me too. This definitely for me. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who else gonna get it, but I'm getting it. So, the moment that you begin to respect and be understanding towards somebody else's plight, it stops you from being judgmental. Because the more we become judgmental, we have to be humbled. We have to be humbled in a way that will make us say, you know what, dang, I didn't know. That's what happened when we get humble. We be like, I didn't know. I didn't know they was going through this. I didn't know this is why they was dealing with this type of stuff. I didn't know. But now that you do know, it changes the way that you look at people. It changes the way that you look at life. So as much as people will tell you about this Christ figure 3,000 years ago, if you can't see the Christ figures all around you by way of the light, come on now, let me break down light. Light is energy. You feel me? And quite frankly, light is celestial. And if you was to get into the depths of celestial, you feel me? You get into spiritual. You know what I'm saying? When you get into the connection of spiritual has a soul connection. A soul connection, meaning, have you ever heard of a soul proprietor? Meaning it's solely connected to one energy source that becomes amplified or fractals of itself in multiple different ways. What's up with it, T? Yeah, in multiple different ways. What's up with it, heart? To the point we all are solely tied to each other. That's why I can tell you with a straight face, what I do, I know affects you. Man, peace to you, God. How I give directly affects you as well as it affects me. Because the way in which I give, I shall receive. You know, for a lot of us, the thing that's blocking us from giving is we feel like we don't have nothing to give. But if you give in faith, you know, on the first go around, because you think you don't have nothing to give, test it out. You know, my big mom used to always say, don't test God or don't question God, don't try God. In a way, she was right. Meaning, don't second guess how energy works. Work within it. Work within it. See, I'm able to, you know what I'm saying, see the dualities of how people believe or what people have received up until now to understand this reality. To be able to tell you about, you know, people's understanding of God, as well as to connect that with the understanding that some people have of sciences, which is to know the nature around us. You feel me? The nature around us. To the point I can tell you, don't question how these things work. Work with it. You feel me? And when it comes to, you know, don't test God by way of trying to, you know, go against how things work. You feel me? Work within it. Utilize these energies to amplify yours. But if you ever want to test nature or God, you're amazingly beautiful as well, which is gorgeous. The amplification of beauty. If you ever want to test God or the highest source of energy that exists and connects us all through a soul, or solely operates all of us, you feel me, that are merely fractals of the energy that is, test it by trying to outdo it by giving, you feel me? Trying to outdo it by giving of yourself. Trying to outdo it by giving as though, you know what, I know I'm going to be replenished. And if you look in your good book, it talks about how if you test me by way of giving, I will restore you in a way that'll let you know you can't outdo me when it comes to giving. And I respect that, though. I respect that. Like, how can we possibly, aside from, you know, tapping into the source and recognizing that, you know what, we one with this source. Now, at that point, you're not testing it no more. You walking in the truth of it. You know what I'm saying? You test the chairs sometime before you sit in them if you never sat in them before. You like, let me see if this thing gonna hold me up. But when you understand the energy force that's holding up that chair strong enough to hold you up, it's as though you tapping into the endless source. And once you recognize the endless source is what some people call God, some people call the ancestors, because we gonna all return to that in which we came from. Some people call it nature, because it's that which animates all of the things that are around us, that we are affected by, and that are affected by us. So again, if you don't like what you've been seeing, if you don't like what you're looking at when you come out here in the nature, if you wonder why these trees hold their breath when you come around, you might want to change, as we talked about yesterday, the relationship that you have with things around you. What's up, baby? I'm over here talking to the people, but you know, we can do what we do. If that's what you came to do, you might want to change the relationship that you have with the existence around you in order for you to receive rightfully what you came for. Hold on, your background loud. I can't even really hear you. What you saying?
Listen to me. I said I'm not doing one-on-ones. I'm doing 2v2s. I got a
I'll
stream.
find two people then for me.
I'm
Well, you driving,
driving.
I'll do it. I got you. I got you.
Okay.
Um, change the relationships in which we have with this existence, and watch and see. Don't the things around you that you perceive as reality change for you? Watch and see. What's up with it, family?
What's up,
Finishing
y'all?
up talking to the people, so y'all come on in. Let's get these battles going. But I'll be done talking over y'all in a minute. But y'all can mute me though. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Again, once you start to tap into the rightful connection that you was born into, you feel me? You wouldn't have got here if you weren't part of that connection to begin with. So once you believe, you shall receive. And even though you don't believe, like that's how good this connection really is. You know, it's better than our Wi-Fi connection. You still receive, even though you don't believe in the connection. But your perception is fucked up. Your thought process is jacked up to the point it won't even allow for you to see. You think Stevie Wonder blind. You blind to the ways of the blessings that's been coming to you this whole time. Stevie see it better than you because he operating in it. Even though he can't so-called physically see, he operating in the energy that is available to you and me. But for a lot of us, shoot, we done been handicapped by being able to see the physical to the point that we got to get to the point that we can receive or understand the spiritual. So, hey, miss me with that shit. The makeup be lit. I'm just saying, you get a chance every day to make up for it. You get a chance every day. And my spirit telling me to speak on something else too, though, because I know a lot of people see me at different times and be like, is this the same gold mine that was talking about edifying and connecting to the spirit? Listen, Linda, there's a balance out here. There's a balance. That's why when you hear me talking, I speak the jargon of the ghetto. You feel me? At the same time, speak the definitions or the etymology that's found in your dictionaries. Meaning I got a vocabulary, but I operate, you know what I'm saying, in the dualities of this existence, as well as walk that thin line as though tightrope. So from time to time, you're gonna see me doing different things. And it's because I don't limit myself, because I recognize the ways in which I give, I shall receive. If I'm so judgmental in the way that a message is given to me, I miss it. I'm like, shoot, such and such told me this. I don't want to hear that from them. Man, look, I'm going to hear the message where I can hear the message, because I know what, I'd be better for it. They say a wise man or woman is one that can learn from the experiences of others, one that can interpret the information that's presented to them by way of the things that might be outside of them. So then one day, maybe, you know, you get back to that point as though you was when you was a babe, when you was learning how to work this body. Some point we forgot. Thank you, love, for that investment as I seek to invest in you. If everybody could, if you would, tap that screen, share the live. Again, the ways in which we give of our energy, the way in which we utilize our energy, we will receive that back. But if we feel like we ain't got nothing to give, meaning we ain't got no taps to give, you know what I'm saying? Like the basics. Like I'm not even of the understanding of you gotta do this. Nah, I'm just presenting the opportunities. So you can't say I ain't have an opportunity. You can't say, man, there wasn't no way in which I could do it. You feel me? Now we all got ways where we can start where we at to give of ourselves so then we can get what we got coming back. When you go to work, you don't give your boss money and then they give it back. You give your energy. Appreciate that, share, love. You give your energy, Kiki, and then they pay you for your energy exchange. See what I'm saying? So, let's exchange some energy today, you know? And if you just at that state of blessing to where you know what, I can outsource, you know what I'm saying? I can put a number on your head to execute what I'm trying to get done. Put that number on my head then. Because you already know how I'm going to play it. I'm going to take that number and I'm going to put it back out here in the form of something that's going to be a blessing to everybody else. And you want to make sure you connecting. Like I said, we connected to the all-powerful. The energy that animates everything. Otherwise, you wouldn't be animated in this existence. All things that live are connected to the energy force that animates us all. We might be at different vibrations. Appreciate you, Queen, for that investment as I seek to invest in you. Again, the way in which we think, these will be the things in which we seek. What we perceive is what we will receive. The mood that we have will amplify or magnify, you feel me, the things in which we get. So again, let's deal with that magnify. A magnifying glass, what? Brings further clarity to things. Shout out to the top gifters, big tappers. What happened? I think she lost signal or something. What y'all got going on? Let me see. Hold on. Did I miss something? Hold on. One of y'all got on music? I'm just trying to make sure before I unmute y'all because I can't have no music on my shit no more. But what, did she say anything before she left?
Nope.
Oh, okay, she might have just lost signal because she is moving around. I finna say, they ain't like my
So on
baddie.
God,
Oh, let me see what it is, though.
you got us muted. Do you want some of my
Yeah, in
food?
case y'all wanted to talk, in case y'all wanted to talk amongst each other, you feel me? Because I'm
No.
still
We good. We
doing,
good. You want some of my food?
okay.
Hi, Mr.
See how
Big.
she giving? I appreciate you. If I could
What's your
matter of
tiny
fact,
bonus?
I'm gonna accept that. I'm gonna accept that virtual nourishment then, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even reject that. He go
So
hard.
you
I
don't
see
want
the
none?
heart. No, I said I accept that. I ain't
Oh,
gonna
okay.
even reject that.
Mhm.
What's up, heart?
What's up,
What's up,
Heart?
Heart?
What's up, royalty? How y'all doing today?
Good. How
We
you
Good.
doing
doing?
good. We doing good. I'm like 15 minutes away from wrapping this up,
Welcome
but
in, y'all. I'm trying to get out the trap.
We in
get
the
out the
same
I'm gonna
trap
trap.
house,
miss you
y'all.
greatly.
You gonna miss
Uh,
who? All right. But look, y'all, again, the ways in which you give, you share, receive. And there's many forms of giving of yourself. Just so happen on this platform, we can give by way of taps, we can give comments, we can give a share, we can give gifts. You see how it amplifies, you know what I'm saying, your power to do certain things. Same thing with this existence. These trees, these plants, they giving off energy in their own way. Our bodies, we giving off energy in our own way. The way I look at it is, as humans, we ain't got no excuse. We got the highest level of giving we can be doing.
Like he's a book smart and emotionally intelligent man.
We got the highest level of giving we could be doing. So we ain't got no excuse to be acting like we ain't got nothing to give for real, for real. It's just based on what you perceive as giving. If you think the only way to give is money, you might find yourself in a position, well, where you don't have no money. You think so, Kiki? Can you help me with that, Kiki? You know anything about podcasting? Put your boy up on it. Right now I got a few little scripts that I've been working on to put a lot of this stuff that I'm talking about in motion to where people can see it. You know, because a lot of our people, we love movies and stuff.
It's really easy to make toxic friends. It's really hard to.
We love movies, you know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure y'all follow my friends up here. You know what I'm saying? We got Heart. We got I Am Queen. And the Don Daughter Rin. They're my dog. They're my dog. Just because in this existence, we the reverse of what the so-called God energy is. But if you reverse dog, you got God. You know what I'm talking about? You got God. What's up? Check your energy. Check your energy. You right on time, little baby. We talking about the energy in which we give, or the way in which we give of our energy. You know what I'm saying? We shall receive. If you don't think you got nothing to give, guess what? Based on that thought process, that's how you gonna perceive life. And guess what? Even though you keep on receiving blessing after blessing, meaning, all possibilities is present at all time each day. But based on how you perceive it, that's gonna determine what you are allowing yourself to receive. Like when Ren offered me that food, I could have said, man, you know what? I can't have that through the screen because I'm thinking the only way that I can receive food is by way of the physical, but by way of that gesture of somebody saying, you know what, if you was hungry, I'll feed you. I can receive that spiritually and be like, you know what? Hey, I receive that. Even if it never touches my mouth. But I received it spiritually. Just like in your dream state. You don't be physically touching people. And if you ever get in a lucid enough dream to try to look at the people that you say is there, bro, you try to look them in the face. It's a blur. I'm just telling you what I seen, I don't pay enough attention to my dreams. It's a blur. But based on how we feel about certain things, this comes from a chemical release. We are made up of different things that release chemicals within us that metabolizes as thought processes, as moods that lead to the virtual reality we exist in when we go to sleep. The virtual reality that we have created called the internet. You know what I'm saying? So, that being said, don't turn down nothing but your collar if you into that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? If you like me, you like that Kanye West style, so we flipping the collar up. You know what I'm talking about? I appreciate that water too. Cause I am a little spiritually thirsty. You know what I'm saying? I'm thirsty for what I'm putting out here to come back. But I'm patient enough to know that as sure as I ain't know Ren was gonna give me that, it came back. And then I can see Heart over there digesting water, and I'm like, okay, I'm just as important into this existence as Heart. As sure as I appreciate her getting her water, my water on the way. Oh shit, didn't think she was gonna give it to me. Thank you. Queen, we ain't gonna even worry about your water. That's why we gotta put you on the ocean to disguise your water. Disguise your water. We already know you still operating in the water that brought us all here. Shout out to your husband. Thank you, Daisha, for keeping that love on my mind. Okay, Daisha. Shit. Daisha said she got the all powerful to give. You know what I'm saying? When you able to tap into them coins and give, that's because you recognize you operating on all cylinders. Meaning I could tap the screen, I could share the live. You know what? I could even share a dime. You know what I'm saying? A dime or two. You know what I'm saying? And that shit say 1, 2, 3. This shit easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We still, and look, it felt like we was talking for at least 15 minutes from the last time I told y'all. We still got 10 more minutes of this good old relationship that we talking about we have. Are you exercising your mental or your physical? A little bit of both, little baby. A little bit of both. Because as you see, I am currently out here moving these legs. But my spiritual is animating this thing. And I only have a spirit because I come from the soul. You know what I'm saying? I come from the soul proprietor that created this existence or animates this existence. So therefore, I have a soul. You know what I mean? But I'm crazy enough to understand that our soul comes by way of the thing that connects us all. Ain't that what they say? That's what connects us all. We all have a soul. But the beautiful thing is what? Each one of us is but fractals of the greater soul. To the point, I ain't got time to be judging Queen. I ain't got time to be judging Heart. I ain't got time to be judging Ren. But if I take the time to understand them, I can see what I'm supposed to be putting in and be grateful for them. Like, shoot, I'm glad she played that role. You feel me? So now I can play this role. You know what I'm saying? And even if you feel like, you know, you don't got the type of friends that I'm surrounded by right now, that they ain't being themselves. You got friends that ain't being themselves, be grateful for them not being themselves. So then you can be yourself. And you can amplify everybody else to do just that. If y'all could, if you would, tap that screen like you trying to knock on wood. Let's invest on that level. You know, and as my mom would say, in no particular order. In no particular order are these investments, you know, listed. Shit, if you only type in the screen, I'm going to appreciate that thing just as much as you drop me a gold mine, like Kiki did to pop it off today. You know what I'm saying? It's just much appreciated. Because look, if all you got is your energy force that you understand right now, if you start there, you'll begin to see the other options. You feel me? When we first went to school, they had us in one classroom. Time go on, you graduate to middle school, or you get to like 5th and 6th grade, which that's middle school nowadays, you start going to multiple classrooms. See what I'm saying? That's what happens when you apply yourself. So shoot, just first apply yourself. That's all I ask. Apply yourself as though I'm applying myself. And one thing I understand about what you perceive, right? If you see somebody out walking around, the way the mind works is, hey, as sure as you watch somebody exercise, your body begins to go there and feel the effects. Not physically, but mentally. And by way of what you experience mentally, your body doesn't really notice too much of a disconnect. Like, look that shit up. I can't think of exactly what it would be labeled as, but put into Google, hey, if I watch somebody exercise, do I in turn receive some of the effects? Not all of the effects now, come on. We gotta be for real, because you're not actually out there doing it. But you receive some of the effects as though you exercised yourself. Because where your mind is, so your body should go also. So your experiences are. You know what I mean? So after so long of watching somebody exercise, eventually you like, you know what, I want to come full force. Let's just say if we had to throw out some percentages. When you watch somebody exercise, you get 50% of the experience. And when you actually begin to do it yourself, you get the other 50, bringing you 100. You know what I'm saying? Full circle. So first you get that 180, then you get that 360. That provides you that total change that you seeking. Is that Casper in this thing? We in here doing what we do. Tell them, check your energy when we come through. Check your energy. That's what we come to do. Check your energy. Because if I break it down to you, energy is everything. That's what I'm talking about when I say we're connected to the soul. The soul energy. The soul energy. Again, I like to use that term soul proprietor. If you have a sole proprietor, it's the one person responsible for all the functions in the business. So if you truly gonna stand on business, understand the soul connection that we all have to this business called your life. You feel me? And my mom used to say, mind your business. Use your mind to handle your business. If you honestly look at all these beautiful souls around you and utilize your mind to see what you can learn from all of these beautiful people that you done been surrounded by, you can learn something from everybody to the point where make your life so much better. That's what you did to get as far as you got now. Whether you was watching your mama talk as a little baby and start, mimicking what she's saying. And based on what you mimicked from what she was saying, you begin to receive certain things. You're like, oh, okay, so if I say, can I? Oh, you would give me what I say after that, or I'll be able to do what I say after that. But now as an adult, I'm gonna give you some more, because we still babes with this thing. I'm gonna give you some more. You say, I am. You say I am, and whatever you say behind that, so shall it be. So shall it be. Now don't get it twisted. The first time you tried to take off walking, you stumbled a little bit. You feel me? So the first time you say I am, and you seek to be whatever you say that you are, you might stumble a little bit, but don't lose sight, Peter. Don't lose sight, Peter. Get back on the horse. Get back to walking on that water, doing what seemed impossible at one time. Shout out to the top gifters, big tappers in the building, giving how they know to give. You heard? All right, y'all, we still got 5 more minutes of this fire. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm heating up. I'm about ready to come out some clothes outside. If I wasn't gonna be taken away from y'all. But look, I'm gonna tell you something. Even with that, I can tell you the few times that I did get locked up, I wasn't even messed up with it. I said, well, maybe I'm supposed to be there.
Thank you for showing love.
I said, well, maybe I'm supposed to be here. It must be somebody for me to talk to up in here. As well as what I learned is, as much as I was making myself available to edify other people, I was edified by way of the people I met behind the walls. I found out it was some beautiful, let me say how they said where I'm from, some beautiful people behind the wall. You know what I'm saying? To the point, if I ain't go back behind that wall, I would have missed out on the blessing that is all of us. You feel me? If you think your blessings come from this greater source, come from God, or come from nature, no matter what your understanding is, if you think your blessings come from this greater source, well then tap into the fractals that are exemplified by each one of us, that are exemplified by the plants around us. And you will be able to do like we do, you know, in this physical existence. Everything that we done built came by way of our understanding of certain plants. You feel me? Sure, we extracted certain metals at one point in time from certain plants. Like, y'all ain't gonna play with me. Y'all not gonna play with me talking about you ain't got this, you ain't got that. Man, there's trees all around your ass. It's grass growing all around you. Look at you being bad. But even bad is good. Look, don't get it twisted. Because at the end of the day, they done deemed, you know, which is right though. It's right. And I'm going to tell you how it's right and good and it's all right at the same time. You feel me? They done deemed how we got here as bad. When you break down bad, we don't like bad because it's negative. But the unseen, right? The unseen, when it comes to bringing things into physical form, is called the negative. You feel me? When it becomes in the physical form, it becomes the positive, aka it's good. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that we go into the bad and bring forth what might not always readily be seen. It is good. You know what I'm saying? When we bring these little babies here, because when we first laid down, 2 people laid down and got up as 3. Or you can say got up as 1, because now we got a little baby coming into the world that exemplifies us all. So I'm just saying, work within the dualities in which we exist. Then you'll be able to extract what you need in this bitch. All right. I'm just saying, I know that was a bit much for somebody's ears. They don't like people cussing. You know, but I'm not a man pleaser. I'm really not. I wasn't sent here to be a man pleaser, for one. I was sent here, since I was born in the male form, my energy pleases. I ain't gonna play with y'all. Y'all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. I ain't gotta tell y'all. And if I do gotta tell you, you know, catch me on the sidebar. As me and Ren say, catch me in the highway or catch me in the breezeway. You feel me? Catch me in the breezeway and I'll break it down to you, little baby. Because somebody had to break it down to me. As well as life is constantly breaking it down. Oh, we coming down to that minute mark. We coming down to the minute mark. Meaning, the edification hour. Look, I love when my words begin to break up like that, like I don't know what I'm about to say or I can't talk. Because it let me know that I'm focused. And I care enough about what I'm about to say next to where I'm so focused on what I'm about to say that things break down. And if you know anything about physics, the moment you begin to put focus on the thing, it breaks down. You be able to dissect, see things for what they are, meaning what they are made of. And I am made of the passion, the energy, what they say, the passion of Christ. That's the true passion. You feel me? The true passion of Christ. The energy that animates all this in the being to the point I appreciate it so much that I don't play with it. I don't play with it. You feel me? I stay with it. I stay walking in that energy as though I recognize the importance of everything that I offer up. Every offering of myself is good. Again, your thoughts appear in the negative, meaning can't nobody see it but you. Your thoughts appear in the negative, can't nobody see it but you. But when you begin to express it, yay, you bring it forth in a positive to where when your vibration hits somebody's eardrum, they better for it. They might not like what you gotta say, but that's on them. That got something to do with what they understand and interpret about what other people have to say or the expressions of other people. But if you come from a state of gratefulness, you'll find something to be grateful for, no matter what's going on in your life. Shout out to all the big tappers, top gifters, you know what I'm saying? All those that recognize their energy. Most of the brothers and sisters, well, I would be the brother, my sisters up here, you know what I'm saying? They seek for it to put forth their energy, to be exemplary, you know what I'm saying? Because it takes a lot of energy to get your ass up here. You know what I'm talking about? You got to be in the mood. So appreciate y'all. Now, you already know. It's already done, yay. It's already done. I pray that your strength be renewed as we are all renewed daily. It's already done. Just, seek to understand what's meant for you to learn from this situation because you're going to be greater for it, baby, whether you recognize it or not. But I pray, just like receive and perceive, you feel me? The power in knowing that you can receive is in the word perceive. It's a P in front of receive. That's how you get perceived. Man, quit fucking playing with me. I love these words. I love words, you feel me? We're going to break that shit down and see it for what it really is. The power in the receive comes from your ability to recognize that you get a chance to perceive. What's up with it, GG? So, I will that your understanding is that as long as you think to understand what's being presented to you right now in life, allow for you to perceive, aka receive, what the blessing is in that situation right now. You feel me? The blessing in that situation right now. Somebody, okay, y'all ever been playing sports and it went into overtime? I love you as myself, Queen. I feel like we just went into overtime. We just went into overtime. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been understanding the dualities. So much so that the dualities of life have been able to press against each other to create this life. You feel me? Without the negative, you have no positive. Without the positive, you have no negative. When you bring these two together, you got this resistance. Ooh. You got this resistance that some people find themselves living in. But if you begin to stop resisting the energy that's around you, you will begin to actually live in the reality that we actually exist in, to the point you'll be able to operate within it in a way that other people is like, dang, I ain't able to do that. Why Ren able to go live? Why Queen able to get all these dang on gifts? What in the world? But you don't know. You don't know what somebody in Queen family had to do for her to be able to operate the way that she do now. She might have had a big mama that dealt with the dualities. Some people call it dealing with the juju or Santa Ia. You feel me? Which is meaning understanding the realities around us that might not readily be available. To the point now she just walking that shit. You feel me? She don't even recognize she doing it. You feel me? But as sure as they was working with these energies, it brought forth this little baby that's over here working, doing the work. You know what I'm saying? The physical form. Just like when your big mama and them got together with grandpa. They ain't know what they were doing in that back room, but then they gave birth to your mama. You feel me? And then your mama got in that back room one day and started doing some work in the dark. You feel me? Hey, you better stop getting scared of that darkness and, hey, operate within it. Because truth be told, if a lot of people, you know, based on their resistance to this reality they self was able to see what you was working on in the dark, they might interfere. And shoot, truth be told, be glad that you don't understand what you bringing forth right now, because you might resist and interfere with what's about to manifest in your life. So even when you find yourself in situations you don't understand right now, still seek that understanding, because you in your dark space. But recognize through you seeking that understanding, there's a thing that's going to manifest in such a way that's going to make you like, you know what, all this time, this shit was working in my favor. And the easiest way for you to be one with that is to take on the thought process. Take on the thought process and say, you know what, I understand. I might not totally get what's going on right now, but if I am of the spirit of gratefulness, you feel me? Because that's what the spirit really is. When you find yourself outside of the spirit of gratefulness, you caught up in the physical, little baby. You ain't even ready for the unseen to come work with you, because you so caught up in the physical to the point you missing out on what's being done for you in the spiritual, in the unseen, in the dark spaces. That's how shit is unseen, because it's dark and you can't see it. Or the vibratory rate isn't at a rate that it appears in this physical. You know what I'm saying? I could say, oh, it's not as high, it's not as low. Hey, look, I learned to recognize it just ain't at the vibratory rate as though to make it appear in this physical. Because we not gonna sit over here and act like, because we exist in this physical, that we higher than that of the spiritual that's up in that sky right behind me. Like, quit fucking playing with yourself, little baby. Quit fucking playing. And you more than what you see yourself to be in the physical. Otherwise, you might as well continue to accept the little that you feel like you have. The little that represents you in this physical body. Man, ain't nobody finna limit me. And first of all, I'm not gonna limit myself. The way that you think of yourself is what you will accept from your environment as well as everybody else. Again, I'm just crazy enough to know that this is how it go. I was able to think outside the physical parameters that man presents based on what man can understand about how we appear in this physical. Let's go a little deeper though. Or let's go a little higher though. You feel me? Let's go a little higher though. And go a little deeper so we can grow. I just got back to see her. I'll be back. All right, love. Send her all the love she need. All the love she need.
Thank you. I want to thank Megan. I want to thank
MVP.
Win, Turban
Yeah.
Lover, and
I'm about to
Dash. I
tap
want to
it.
thank all y'all. For love, make
Hey,
it
I'm finna
free.
restart real quick so I can stop talking over y'all. You heard?
Huh?
I'm finna restart real quick. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. He said he gonna be right back, y'all.